Okay. Hello guys, this is KTV Vlogs or TBC Production here. As I'm back on another video. As you realize, I did upload the video of halfway through the whole Mortal Kombat Shill allegation thing of Breast Poet. And of course, as I realized, my recorder software did not upload the full video because I think the video was meant to be like 2 hours and 59 minutes, I think. 2 hour I think it's 2 hours and 59 minutes, and half of it did not get uploaded at all. So as you know, as the ending part of the video, it just Fate basically is trying to hide the fact that you're lying about calling somebody a shield and trying to cover it up and pretend like he didn't say that, and basically saying Bruss supports NetherRealm Studios and Warner Brothers and all that ridiculous shit. And basically because he played the demo, the beta, and crying about people saying, oh, the game is garbage, the game is trash, and basically likes when people hates on the game. And technically that's not how it should be. Yeah, people gonna criticize about anything, but in what's the point? And all Fate does is just makes it try to make people not play the game. That's all. And this video is, I guess, to me, this is the outro of the first video. So I'll make sure I know next time, as the of course the next one that Bruss did. Uh, you just go straight to that video and start talking about it. So I guess because the first 20 minutes I was not watching the video yet, because I was just giving you guys a little history of how I knew Breast Poet and talked about Fate. But, I will know now. But as we're going to watch clips of it, and I'm just going to go straight towards halfway towards the end, because I went back to the part that was cut from the first video. So, because I think he talked about Dynasty and saying like, Dynasty got blacklisted, Mike, because Dynasty said something bad about the game or something like that, and what I kind of thought, like, what the hell does Dynasty has to do with Breast Poet? I mean, like, you, I mean, it just crazy because like we'll talk about it towards the end. We'll talk about like the stuff in the MK community that I realize and I know is true and all that. But what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna start from right here and I'm gonna cut to like the towards the end of the 1 hour mark on the video and look at the points there and basically conclude the whole first part of the video. So I guess to me guys, this is the part 2 or the outro. So this is part 1/2. Yeah, part 1. And yeah, I guess this is still part 1. And then the whole part 2 I have is on video. So this is still part 1. The outro. This is the outro of the last video. So let's get started just now. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to click onto the part, like the 1 hour part, and I'll just, I think at the 1 hour part, I think Breast had took a break, because I think he did, because I mean, and if you sit for, imagine this was me sitting through this bullshit, I would have been mad. I mean, a lot of crazy shit. All right, let's get started.
I also believe XYZ, negative XYZ about the game.
Listen, misunderstanding's right. That's fine. I don't care. Like, that's good. That's the preferable outcome.
And that's good, but it's a misunderstanding.
But
like you,
but listen,
if
listen, right? The thing is though, that it's the perception. Okay, so when it appears like it looks like you're having a go at people who are like, you dropped the video, so you dropped the comment, which I thought was amazing, bro. You know, hey, don't let him gaslight. But yeah, fuck yeah, that's fantastic. It's good to see a big guy saying that, right? It means that all the other little guys or girls that are coming out and saying, hey, you know, no, I don't like this design. I don't. And then a big guy comes in and says, hey, it's cool, I've got your back, right? That's the first perception. It looks great.
And I still stand by that.
And then
I never said otherwise.
No, and that's cool. That's great. And then when the game launches, or close to launching, then suddenly you're like, right, all the rage bait is out there. What are you going to say about this?
We're talking about what? That we're talking about what?
Now we're talking about how she looked. It doesn't matter whether
she looks ugly. Her face. That's what we're talking about. Her face, not her design. Well, her design is a separate thing. Okay. Not her face.
Well, to me, again, it's the whole thing.
Okay, but to you it is. But like you can see that I'm clearly not talking about her design. I'm talking about her face and the subject of her. You know, like that one frame of her yelling. That's what I was talking about. I made that very clear in my tweet. If you couldn't see it, that's not my fault.
No, I saw it. But what I'm saying though is that it wasn't just me. That immediately our response is like, what are you talking about rage baiters for, bro? Like we have like legitimate criticisms about the way it appears that NetherRealm are handling their women, right? And then you literally went from
you guys were talking about how ugly she looks. That's the whole subject. And we're repeating this over and over and over. And I hope we move on to this so you can bring up other examples of me being a shill. Number one, what I was talking about was having that one frame of her yelling and using that as a way to say that she looks ugly, that she looks bad, that NetherRealm was ruining Tanya because of that one frame. But there are other frames that I bring up in other shots of the story mode that make her look actually really good and really pretty. And I'm saying, and my response and my tweet was all about like, oh hey, why aren't you guys bringing up these really pretty shots of Tanya? Like, are you gonna say that this really pretty shot of Tanya looks ugly? I challenge you rage bait YouTubers, and that whether or not that's you, I don't know, but like I'm challenging you to say that woman is ugly, when in my view, she looked really beautiful in some of those Mortal Kombat 1 story mode shots, and those are the ones that I brought up. That's what I was talking about.
But
her design is a whole different thing.
Huh? You took the picture from the trailer.
Yeah. And and so like even in the trailer itself, when Tanya was first revealed, there was a good shot of her. So why are people using the bad shot of her and saying, "Oh, she looks ugly there," but they ignore the really good shot?
Well, because I think when she's not off the main ugly shot, people don't like her design, face, whatever you want to call it in general.
Exactly. I don't like that shot of her yelling is weird looking. I've already said that.
Yeah,
but that's what but I was talking about, like the fact that like, hey, why are you guys calling her ugly? Why are you saying that Tanya's being uglified or whatever the hell, like these really weird words describing Tanya using that one image, that one frame, but ignoring the really pretty ones and the really good ones. Like it seems a little bit weird that you're just cherry picking one thing and just making outrage bait out of just one thing. When there's a whole other, points of view and shots of the character that look good.
But you think?
And again, one more. Yeah, I already went this. Yeah, I already went through this. Yes, I think she looks really pretty, especially her face model. Her face model looks really good.
But a face model doesn't look like that. They
We
actually
need to put
changed
like a one by one shot, but yeah,
Yeah.
because they have different hair. Okay, like when you have
No,
different hair.
No, it's not just the
Yeah,
hair.
no,
bro.
no, dude, like, yeah, I know the face can, but like still, like she still looks pretty in other different shots. Like,
Okay.
hey, that would be very impressive. Like, hey, the face model that got scanned and got put into the game, and there are shots where she looks even prettier because apparently she doesn't look like that. Well, hey, she already looks pretty in the story mode. Then hell, then they probably improved her.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, dude. Is that like it seems that they can accurately like recreate like Omni-Man, Homelander, and whoever else, Peacemaker, but they seem to change things when it comes to like the real life face model to the in game. Now you brought up the fact that you think that by criticizing how the character looks in the game has some sort of knock on effect. I know what you're talking about because I know people and they are crazy. They go out of their way for whatever strange reason they
And
try to
he's one
upgrade
of them.
face model.
And
Which
he just
absolutely
lying.
no
See how he
control
just
or
sit there
whatever
and lie?
whatsoever.
He's talking about himself.
The game. It's their job. It's what they do, and they're done with it. I don't agree with that, and I'm all on board for people thrown in the pit of hell for attacking people like that. But you can't conflate people criticizing someone saying that the in-game character model's ugly and thinking that
See how he just
that means
lying?
that we
He's trying to
it's
cover
then a
himself
knock-on
up.
effect
See?
because of that. It doesn't work that way.
See?
Like most people don't think that way. You know what I mean? Like it's just no. She doesn't look like Tanya. She looks like something else, but she's
The
called
reason
Tanya.
why she doesn't look Tanya isn't because of her face. The reason why she doesn't look Tanya, and I've said this before, because this is part of the reason why I don't like her design. I've never ran away from that. And she doesn't have any of her recognizable traits. I understand. She doesn't have the long, straight hair. She doesn't have the domino mask or the raccoon makeup. She doesn't have the white eyes. Her clothes don't look like what she's worn in the past. Yeah, of course she doesn't look like Tanya. It's mainly because of her design, not her face. I think if you put that face that she has in MK1 and you put raccoon eyes or a raccoon makeup on her eyes or white eyes or stray hair that she's had in the previous games, whatever iconic trait that Tanya has, and you put her on MK1 Tanya, instantly better design. Has nothing to do with her face. Has to do with all the other things but her face. That was my criticism of MK1 Tanya. It's always been that way.
I will admit the what's the new seasonal skin? One of them for her makeup. It seems to give a lot more feminine features the way they do lipstick and stuff. And I actually like that skin. I actually put that skin on her because it actually makes her more feminine.
He's trying to lie. See, he's trying to lie,
like Katana and Melina look attractive with their mask on. As soon as you take it off, not so much. Now, granted, the real life model for it is pretty much that too. I don't find it attractive.
See.
Too much square.
Call him ugly. See,
you know what I mean? Like
call the face models ugly.
But that doesn't mean to say that they're a horrible person. Right?
See?
But what I'm saying
we're not talking about whether or not they're horrible people.
I know exactly. But what I'm saying is that you said that if you call the face model in the game ugly, somehow this is like some sort of effect to the real model.
It does.
Yeah, because like it's a little bit extra weird because it is actually because that it's almost it's not entirely, and I qualified that it's not entirely, but it's almost it's on the borderline of just going out and just calling somebody ugly.
So what I'm saying is that,
and trust me, I've seen a lot of people say things like Rain's face model looks uglier and all that, and I call that out. I'm like, hey, you guys are way too comfortable calling out the men for being ugly too. All right, so I call that out too.
That's fine. That's cool. I appreciate that. No, yeah, I think the only thing I struggle with Rain is the fact that it's got a star. I don't know.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with her face. But anyways, let's go on to different points because we're stuck on this Tanya thing. What's giving me the perception of me being a shill? Because if you have this belief, you have to have some sort of backing as to why you have that.
Well, I gave you the second one.
Okay. What was the? I know we already talked about that. What's the third? Like I've already addressed those points.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to see what you wrote above it because I did the video on it. I can't see it now. I'm trying to see. So the other one that I did about.
See, guys, he's trying to cover up the fact that he did call Bruce a shield. And he's trying to keep saying the same crap like the Tanya thing, and saying, I think I did explain a lot about it in the that first video, of course. That like the characters, like what feature from that character that we remember them from. So, like I said, I think in that video, I think I talked about Scorpion, his white eyes. See, throughout MK, I think MK11, he had the white eyes. MK11, but I think it's MK, of course, MK1, and of course he had the Hanzo Sashi look in MKX. He had the human look, but the white eyes always been Scorpion's trademark from Mortal Kombat ever since. It's not, oh, he looks like a human. He's supposed to look human. Cause I think it's in some case like how the characters looked in MK3, like Scorpion did not have the white eyes. MK3, because it's like he still looked like a human person. When you see the game model, the game render of him and stuff, like he still looked human. But you know how MK3's picture of Scorpion always kind of makes me look. It kind of makes me. It kind of makes it look. I guess scary looking because he when you see his picture, he has the skull face and and all the other ninjas had regular eye color and all that stuff, regular eyes and stuff. So it's kind of strange in some ways, but that's the thing about it. It's that the characters design how what we remember how they look. So like Tanya did have her white eyes and the long black hair, like she did in that Deception. That's Tanya. But he's sitting here calling the base model ugly because he did. He actually did say that in his videos. If you guys go look on his channel, he actually did say the the women were ugly. He called the face models ugly. He's trying to pretend like he didn't call them ugly because he actually did, and he's trying to cover it up like he's doing right now in this clip here. So you can see he lying to the fullest, and that's why, like I said, I'm glad Russ had made this video because he's a liar. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to fast forward to 1 hour because he's trying to cover up, trying to keep from telling Bruss why is he a shill because that's what he's basically doing. You can see because he's trying to hide the truth. Well, he's trying to hide his answer. That's what I meant to say. All right, let's go. I'm gonna fast forward to 1 hour, I think. There we go.
But then when it feels like you spin on your heels, for example, the Tanya thing, when people are like, what the fuck? It doesn't matter whether or not you thought, hang on a sec, people are getting this wrong, and therefore, you're not hearing me. Right?
See?
It doesn't matter how many, it doesn't matter. Right?
Keep saying
what matters is it seems like a lot of the big people just suddenly turn like that, or ignore certain issues, or etc., right? When it suits. And that second tweet dropped around the time. What was it? What date was it exactly? 19th? What date was that second tweet? Do you remember?
See, how the hell you don't know the date?
You can go sleep, did you?
See, he took a break.
Is he still there?
See? That's what I was talking about. Yeah, I think in my original recording, when I was recording the video, I actually took a break too, and because I think I got up because I had sat in the chair for like half an hour when I was recording that first video, and I didn't know that it didn't record the whole thing. But now I know that it can record up to 2 hours, so that's pretty good for me. I mean, I like that. But I would have took a break from this bullshit too, because like I said, it's ridiculous. He won't answer the question. It's just crazy.
He's still in the chat. I don't know where he's going. Though. I hope he's in the process. I'm still erased. Blood vessel. I don't know where he is. I'm still waiting. This has been a really big day.
Yeah, to be fake.
Is everyone still in the voice?
I mean, to be
everyone's still there.
to be actual shill, because Fate is a shill. Like I said, he's obsessed.
Oh, there. Hello.
Oh, my bad. All right, I'm
No,
sorry.
No, that's all right, man.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
You're right.
What? At the end of the day, I don't know what did I lose you? Okay.
It's been so long today, man.
At the end of the day, you have this perception about me, and you spun this narrative about me with your rhetoric about me being shill, me being bought and paid for, and you bring up these very
let me ask you a question.
See.
Have you ever had anyone? And you probably I really want you to be honest, like truly, right? Have you had anyone at Warner Brothers, NRS, anyone in the particular high echelon of everyone kind of at your level in terms of like ever had discussions or say to you, you can kind of talk about this but not that, or maybe don't lean on this or do that? Because your second, so when was your second tenure tweet? That's right. Yeah, I was asking what was the date of the second tenure? What was the second tenure tweet?
Oh, the date? September 14th.
Yeah. So
that's the same day I upload my video.
The launch of Mortal Kombat. So what happens is that the perception is people see you
MK discussion
go,
video.
Yeah, I'm for everyone. And then you right before the launch, it seems like
that's when everybody was playing it early.
It's not a smoking gun. No, you're asking.
Yeah, but you keep repeating this. This is the one that you rely on all. Okay, but I would just said like 5 million times, but I would do it one more time. Go ahead and finish what you have to say.
Well, you're asking why.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish what you have to say.
Right? And then my response to that, obviously, I've explained. Now, you've explained it, and I'm happy with that. That's fine. Right? The reality is, though, is that...
What reality?
So do you address them as well? And I'm not
Whoever
talking
wants to have a conversation about me being a shill, and they want to bring up examples of like, hey, this is why people think you're a shill. Well, I'll just respond to whatever they have to say, just like I did with you. I asked what are some examples, and I went by them one by one.
So when you get flown out to see
I've never been flown out
or anything like that, right? You've never been flown out. Okay,
no,
that's fine, right? Or anything that you've been given from there.
The only time I've been flown out was back at MK11.
Okay, well that's fine, right? That kind of counts.
For the reveal event, I didn't get anything for MK1.
That's fine. Well, maybe you're in the bed.
Well, I've never been. I don't think anybody has been flown out my fellow content creator, I don't think anybody has been flown out, because I remember in Las Vegas for the Evo event, I went on there on my own. They didn't fly me out. Um, Obviously, they didn't fly me out for betas or the stress test or anything like that. And yeah, I know some content creators went over to NetherRealm, but if I had to pay for my flight for Las Vegas and to go to Evo,
I know who went to the studio, and I already got the answer. Uncaged Games. Yes, him. I already knew that. But besides, we don't he realize how that makes him a shield because he went and played the game, and he didn't get flown out for MK1 because we were going through COVID, right? MK11 was 2019 because I remember this because when they came out with the Aftermath uh, expansion for MK11, that's when they took down the internet of MK9. So when they took down the internet of MK9, because I remember I had the slim PlayStation 3 at the time, and people were still playing MK9. It was like 40 people still playing MK9 until when all these guys were bitching about the net code and all that shit. And so they finally removed the MK9 internet from the server for the PS3 and I think Xbox 360. And now they gave it to MK11, and that's what they're using now, as of today. So it is ridiculous how he sit here and say, "You were Shill because they called you out. They called you out and gave you a pass to come to play the game and all that stuff." That doesn't make him a shill. I'm telling you guys, this is ridiculous. Now, Uncaged Games, yes, that's a shill. Caboose, yes, that's a shill. True Dog Gaming, that's a shill. Because he was so obsessed over Mortal Kombat every day, and then he go make a comic book series, and yeah, make his own comic book series, and I think Marvel told him no, don't do that, all that, and that be a day in court. You should not try to do that shit. Remember Todd McFarlane? This one guy took one drawing of a character, sold her to Marvel, and never did nothing with her ever again. Angela. Over a drawing. You can sue anybody over a picture of a character. That's disappointing. But those three guys I just named, they're shills. Completely. I mean, seeing Uncaged Games support the Scorpion the cartoon movies and the that stupid ass Mortal Kombat movie, ridiculous. Because if you can hate on Mortal Kombat Annihilation and that's disrespecting the Mortal Kombat series in general. Because Annihilation is the same age as me, 26 years old. It was made in 1997, and I remember those movies like every scene, every part from beginning to end. In those movies, you can see that's how it is today with movies and stuff. Like you can watch that one movie and you be like, "Oh, that movie, man, I don't remember what when did I watch it?" And it can be like I say 2 months from the time you got the movie, like the DVD or so, and you be like, I watched this movie, and it can just be there. And that's how it is with the today movies, because like the number one movie in America, Megan, the number one movie in America, The Nun 2, the number one movie in America. I mean, come on, fake, 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 false reviews. Come on, those are not good movies. They're horrible. Oh gosh. Especially gonna make a movie about imaginary friend. It's so dumb. Yeah, your imaginary friends are evil. Okay. Well, I'm off topic. So, but yeah, Uncaged Games, True Dog Gaming, and Caboose are shills, and completely they are, and it's true. I mean, if you see in the game of Mortal Kombat One, they've got Johnny Cage saying "Uncage." Come on, get it? Now, what you think they supporting? I mean, it's just ridiculous. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Phone capture footage there. More likely than not that they also probably have the content creators do the same thing. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We're all
Okay.
different things.
No, that's fine. So, like I said, right, I'm only small on here, and that's fine. Like, that's cool. But,
No, it's not.
you know, as I mentioned, and I gave you other examples as
No,
well.
you didn't.
Right? Now, maybe you've got snarky, as you said.
No, you didn't.
Snarky, you know, that's fine. I say shit that probably think people go, wow. You know, like I make, you know, I'll poke fun and stuff like that. This is how I am. That's how we are.
Even if I wasn't snarky, that isn't a shill tweet.
No.
About me saying maximum damage.
Okay, that's
Mortal
fine.
Kombat 1.
Okay, but you do seem to have a little bit of a back and forth with NK confessions, though, do you not?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I'm a shill. Me having beef with somebody on Twitter doesn't mean I'm a shill.
No. Do you know what a shill means, though? It's
I
not
know what a shill means, yeah.
It means that you are willing to protect a certain interest. It doesn't even have to be paid for. It doesn't mean that.
What?
What it means is that you're willing to have a certain interest protected for the sake of some sort of like outcome that's positive just for you.
Exactly. I know what it is. That's not me.
Right? So, again, that's why a lot of people, and it's not just in Mortal Kombat, it's everywhere in general, have these perceptions because games are expensive. We can all
Hold on,
agree.
one more. I'm sorry to interrupt. There are people in the chat saying they were flown out for Summer Game Fest. My bad. I'm sorry, they were flown out. I wasn't flown out, by the way. I wasn't flown out.
Okay, that's fine.
For that one. Yes.
Yeah.
I was wrong there. I didn't know that. My bad.
Total MK say Planet. Did you go to the movie MK premiere?
No.
You didn't?
No, I was one of the people who who bashed that movie.
Okay,
Fuck that
cool.
movie.
I hate that movie
Very proud of you.
to the fullest.
Sincerely, that was a terrible movie.
He
Anyway,
supported
so
it though.
look,
He's
I'm
lying.
happy to be wrong. I don't care. Right? The point is though, is that like you get a lot of so the reason why people have problems with Shield naturally is because you know, gaming is expensive, especially in this day and age. They look up to people like yourself, going, you know, we really want to know the truth of things. You know, we want to know, like, sincerely about, like, whether this stuff is good, bad, you know, and if it's worth us spending money on. Okay, and you know, when it seems like people feels like certain things aren't being addressed, or well, how come these people are talking about say X over here, but you're kind of not really saying what? I'm not saying you in general. I'm just saying in general, right?
See,
People start to wonder,
you lying.
right? Now we know what Warner Brothers is like. We know what Ed Boon and NetherRealm are like because we see it all the time, right? We only see certain favoritism, and again, I don't need it for me. I'm not talking about me, but I see the patterns of behaviour that we see coming through from these places. And you obviously are within certain people who are favourite, and that's fine. You've earned it, and that's cool. Again, I would
See,
prefer to be wrong. Than
you
right,
are wrong.
because at the end of the day, you've got a massive following, and I would want you and the rest of them to be having someone that is upfront and truthful about shit, right? Like I said with Dynasty, you know,
See,
he was. It seemed
what the
like
fuck?
he wanted to talk about the game, right? And then he started seeing people talk about the game. Maybe saw your tweet about, hey, don't get gaslight by stuff. You know? That's all very encouraging because at the end of the day, we're just customers. And then he blocks me, and it's like, well, hang on a sec. What happened? Did somebody get to him? You know, is somebody saying to him, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't just associate with people because if you want to have further conversations with this, I can actually bring in someone that has actively been told by people within people that you probably know that they're getting blacklisted, and that's Total MK.
All right, I had to pause it there. So, okay, I see how he's bringing up Total MK. So I did talk about Total MK. Um, I think a little bit in the first video, but I don't think I not that much. But so the whole thing with Total MK is that in fact that he's obsessed over Mortal Kombat just like Fate is. And the reason why he hates on Mortal Kombat is because I think in 2011, uh, when Midway, after, well, 2000, I think it was 2010, 2009, right after Midway got bankrupt and was bought by Warner Brothers, and he wanted to do an interview with the whole new team that run studios, and they didn't want to do no interview at all. So basically, he was kind of one of the guys that played the MK3. They like I said, they all stuck in the past because he think this game should be MK3 as well, but it's not. And I would never want to go back to those kind of days. You lose on a third person every time. Okay, so with the whole thing of MK, with Total MK, is that he got mad after that they didn't get no nothing from NetherRealm Studios and stuff. You know, they just started the having their own studio, brand new studio, because, like I said, with Midway, and didn't get no character render art or nothing. You know, like that they was supposed to give him something when he comes. Like basically, ever since then, bash on anything that come out with more combat. So he basically saying that MK9 is a bad game, and clearly, even so, this asshole brought up an old video that he made years ago. He hates MK9 as well, so don't be fooled, like I said. And then he's gonna make a live stream of MK9 and basically make us look like we're idiots. How the fuck you gonna lose with Scorpion? Told you. He is a fake Mortal Kombat fan. So with Total MK, he's obsessed. He was obsessed over MK, Mortal Kombat, ever since the 90s. And that's why. And that's why today, that's why in the next video, you will see for yourself. It's ridiculous. But it's sad, right? And he still has not answered his question.
You want to talk to him?
That was a whole different thing, but yeah, I mean, sure. Like again, there's a narrative out there that you spun, and if you want to backtrack and you want to admit you're wrong, that's all great. But that's what I came here to address. I came here to address any type of points that you had to, that made you have the perception that I'm a shill. I've addressed them all. You're going on a word salad, and we're going in circles right now. This is going nowhere.
Yep,
so
it is.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Is that like, hey, there's a perception out there for me, and you brought up 3 tweets that were that in no way indicate that I'm a shill. Given that I've criticized MK1 a whole lot for almost the same reasons everybody else is, the main popular ones that people really get on NetherRealm for, and they seem to ignore that. But they always want to prop up whenever I am saying things that are nice.
Well, I understand that. I get that. Right? I'm not saying you don't say things that are good. I'm like calling out shit like that. But
he lied.
But you still spin the narrative that I am a shill that I bought and paid for, and I always suck up to NetherRealm and things.
I didn't say you bought and paid for it. I never said you were getting some.
When you talk about bought and paid for shills, when you're making these general claims, I'm in one of them. Bought and paid for shills, or like bought and paid for shills, is me. I would be the shill that you're talking about because I am the shill that you have characterized me as.
Well, if you sincerely don't think you're a shill, that's fine, and that's great. I brought up everything that I was like you asking for stuff that I want to talk about. I don't dedicate my channel to you, bro. I don't have that many videos.
I know, but I'm just saying. But you don't have to dedicate your YouTube channel to propagate, a narrative about me. That's fine.
Okay, but I'm not telling people to hate on you, bro.
Yes, he is.
Like I had these little in here crying about me making fun of you painting your nails. I mean, are you on Suicide Watch or something?
What?
No.
Why would I be on Suicide Watch?
Well, I don't know. He was acting like it was hateful.
What?
Like,
well, you making fun of my nails is a little bit like funny. I mean, like it's funny. It's kind of weird that you kind of that you make fun of my nails all the time. You bring it up as if it's really like.
It's funny. It's just look. It's just like a visual marker. Like you've got like you've got the curliest fucking hair I've ever seen too. I've also said that you probably literally could be like Losty's long lost brother. I mean, you look like you look like your family. You know what I mean? But
that's cool.
You can make fun of me.
He don't like Losty either.
I don't give a shit.
He saw all those videos of Losty.
I don't typically comment on people's looks when I'm having a conversation with them.
No, but it's just mucking around, right? Like we are a fighting game community.
No, you're not.
Is everyone so sensitive about stuff?
I'm not saying whatever you wanted to say about me, like that's on him. I'm not offended by the fact that you make fun of my nails. People make fun of my nails all the time. You think that I haven't? This isn't the first time that I've gotten it?
No, yeah, exactly. Like, look, dude, I used to have way more jewelry on than I used to.
Okay.
And people used to like make fun of me back in the day, for that as well. So it is never like a malice thing. I gave you examples of stuff that was a perception, but it's not just as I said. I don't just like see what I see. I see then follow-up comments, and I see other people saying, not just from anything I've said. And I'm not talking about comments on my video. I'm talking about replies that you might get about people sitting there who are also under the impression, not by my influence, that you seem to maybe be massaged, if you will, in favor of what they're doing. Now, um, like Warner Brothers is very notorious. I've been hearing a lot of stuff about Warner Brothers. They've been very notorious anyway. Notorious, right? It would not surprise me. Like, and again, I'm not saying anything negative to you. I'm not saying that. But
You see his.
Warner Brothers have certain people that they have, like, yeah, they're in favor. They can get this, they can have that. Just make sure they kind of toe the line. They can call some stuff out, but maybe not too much, right? I'm not saying you're doing that, but what I'm saying though is that it raises questions. People are wanting to know that they just want honesty because everywhere, everyone seems to be out for a buck. Everyone seems to be trying to figure out for themselves.
Something that you're doing.
But I've always, throughout everything I've ever done on YouTube, through all the years with different channels, the one thing I've been consistent on is calling out bad business practices. The one thing that is, very prevalent in this day and age is like people who, for example, like if you're a big YouTuber, right, you're not necessarily getting a handout. Like you're not getting money, if you will, from Warner Brothers and NetherRealm. But if there was some sort of like, Ed Boon will treat you out every couple of weeks, that's a massive hit. Does that make sense to you? Like that's a lot of exposure, right? He's not doing it to some. He's not doing it to some like 10 follower channel on Twitter. It's very specific with very specific people that starts to raise questions, right? And then when people start to question things about the game, or for example, that's why I said the perception with you with certain things, is that people have this idea of you saying one thing, and then over here it seems like you're berating them for the very thing that you were standing up for. Now I get.
I don't understand what the hell is he trying to make like a twist. Kind of strange if you ask me. Why are you saying that people are out for a buck and you are the one that's doing the shit? I think he said he had multiple channels. Strange. And fun fact, he did have a Twitter, but I think Twitter took down his site or took down his page, I think, and that's why he created another one. So something weird about that. And I don't know if I mentioned in the other video, but I think they was trying to want me to join Discord, and I never ever clicked back on that shit ever. Nope. 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 And it's ridiculous how he's sitting here saying that Ed Boon don't give you handouts, and Ed Boon NetherRealm Studios don't pay you. I don't know what the hell he's thinking. So I guess if I was getting paid by NetherRealm Studios, I guess I'm the number one thing. So no, you don't get paid for playing the game. So who the hell tells you that? The people that works at NetherRealm Studio gets paid, but I'm not talking about a YouTuber getting paid. They're getting paid off a YouTube algorithm and revenue, like Sonic Fox. Like I said, Sonic Fox is not a real Mortal Kombat fan, and y'all know that. So you need to see that. But he don't understand because he just sitting here trying to cover up a lie, and he still is till this very man's week 40 minutes in. He is still telling lies. It's sad. So sad. I'm telling you. See, I told you he don't like Losty Girl. He don't like her either. And it's just he's basically going around hating on people. And I think right now, like I said, he made a bit about MK Tom Brady. Then made another live stream of him. Then think the last video, I think, as I remember, uh, looking, I saw it. Like when I watched when I when I saw the clips of the second video to this video, I think he's talking about True Dog Gaming. I'm like, I already know True Dog Gaming's a shill because you're a shill. Can you see? I mean, he's just trying to cover up. That's all he's doing.
Misinterpretation, and that's perfectly fine. I'm fully on board with that. That's why I like having conversation. That's cool, man. I really do appreciate you coming here. I really do. Right? But that's the perception. Perception's everything.
No, it ain't.
Right?
Okay. I mean, that perception doesn't have to be correct.
No, that's right. That's right. 100%, bro. 100%. Yeah. It doesn't have to be correct.
No, Mike. No, Mike. It's not correct, Mike.
Than right.
But don't you think? Yeah, okay. So you're saying like, oh, a lot of people are saying things about you. People have this perception about you. Without my influence, people in your replies and your comments say things about like you being a shill or you defending XYZ thing about MK1. Seems like you're trying to get some sort of whatever favor and stuff like that.
No, I'm not.
Wouldn't you want to wouldn't you like free thinking self, you smart individual would want to do something like, well, is that actually true? Let me look at what he says. Let me look at all his videos where he talks about some of the criticisms that he has with MK1. How much does he talk about those criticisms in those videos?
Sure. Yeah, I agree, 100%.
But you didn't do that. No. You didn't do that.
Nope.
No,
but you went ahead. With the narrative and propagated even more one more time. No. This is the last time I'll say it before we start end this conversation because we're going nowhere. It's a word salad.
Like I said, keep repeating the same thing.
One more time. I made those videos, and you've made those videos, and you propagated that same perception of me being a shill. You put fuel to the fire when you could have been smart to say like, okay, well, hey, people.
Oh. I hate ads.
People are calling him a shill. What has he actually said? What are some of the videos that he has on XYZ topic? Does he believe XYZ is a problem?
Okay, sure.
And I've said, and I have. Okay. I've made plenty of videos and said so many things about bad things NRS has done with MK1.
Okay.
I've already listed them off for you. That's all. I don't need to do it again.
Yeah, and that's fine. You asked me because, like I said, there's not many devoted to you. Like really. Like, there's not many. Like, I was going through my videos and everything that you wanted me to talk about, which I was talking about, right? I mean, keep in mind, you are not the most egregious person on that list, right?
Okay.
Like, so, like, I don't think you are, like,
what?
Super, like, Dr. Evil. But I went through my videos, I pulled up the stuff, because what that does is it creates doubt. It creates, like I said, a perception. Is this person telling the truth? Are they saying these things now that the game's close to release? So that way they can look good. So that way they can go into back the nether realm. So they
what?
Right? These are things that not only I see, that a lot of people see. Now, I'm happy to be wrong. But you asked me. And I'm telling you, I'd much rather be wrong about you than right.
He is wrong.
That's fine. And I'm not saying you never called out shit either.
You are wrong.
Matter how much you might call out something. If the underlying thing comes out that, oh yeah, no, they really were, towing a line and doing this and saying that and behaving on behalf so they could get X, Y, and Z, then that undoes all the good work that you've done, right? I don't want to be right. No, like you're not, dude, you're not evil. Don't worry, like there's nothing, There's nothing bad in that regards. But people say the same thing about Dynasty. People say the same thing about Super. The same thing about Losty. Same thing about
See?
Rectify, whatever the fucking
See?
name is, right?
See?
They all say the
Hate
same
on
thing
people.
because there's a pattern of behavior that seems to crop up where, because of the favor that they get, the favoritism, right? You've got other YouTubers who are very small, Twitter people very small, no financial interest, calling this stuff out, and you don't see the bigger people going as hard or even acknowledging some of this stuff unless it seems like it's the okay too. That's why I mentioned like the player one advantage. I was talking earlier about that, right? Like obviously like got picked up big time, like after a while, but it wasn't straight away. And then suddenly like Super's talking about it, and then suddenly something happens. And now I understand, true, yes, of course, a big influencer brings something to light and something happened. They're not some esports pro that decided themselves to make a living out of playing fighting games for it. So
Sad. I'm glad we done with that. Okay, my final thoughts on this bullshit. I'm kind of glad Bruce exposed him. Can't wait to watch the second video because it's just ridiculous. See, he's basically hating on the people that are playing the game. Like I said, Losty, Super. But like I said, Dynasties, Caboose, Uncaged Games, True Dog Gaming, they're all shills. Brush Poet is not a shill. All of those guys are. Losty, even though I learned a lot from her, like I said, she was the reason I started learning how to play MK9. Even so, like even though in the PlayStation 2 era days, I was good with those games because I can practice the moves and stuff in the practice mode and all that stuff. But for MK9, it was kind of like try to learn the mechanics and learn how to do the combos and the super moves and all that stuff. It was kind of like learning something new. And that's how it is because it was in the PlayStation 2 era days. It was Sasuke Uzumaki, and it was in the PS3 days. It was Losty. Yeah, it was Losty Girl. So technically, it's kind of surprising to see that he hates on all of them because that's what he does. Because he hates the fact that they play the game and and he can't. He just don't want to do the ultimate thing that I said in my first video. Is that practice? That's all you have to do is practice. But he don't want to. He hates the fact that people learn how to do combos in the game. You know damn well that MK did not have combos in MK1 or MK2. They rely you on uppercut, kick, sweep. Roundhouse kick. Then you can't do nothing. And especially with MK3, even though they added combo mechanic to that game, you couldn't really run at the character and do your combo because they always do it to you. See if it makes sense. Now that's computer advantage. I'm not talking about player what advantage, mate. No, it's not because that's how it always been in the old MK games. Because you can lose on the third damn person, and you be like you can play great for like two matches of the arcade ladder. Then once you get to that fourth or fifth person, just like that, it just get hard, and it's ridiculous. And that's how it was in those old games. But he just don't want to practice, and that's all. He just don't want to practice, and basically make a whole bunch of hate videos on Brusque, and that's all he does. It's just ridiculous. He did it to all the other YouTubers as well. Still doing it right now as I speak. I mean, every day. I mean, even hate on Killer Instinct because Killer Instinct got an update. I mean, come on, like if people still play the game, that don't make it bad. I mean, come on. I mean, people still playing Black Ops 2 as I speak, and that's not a bad thing. Like I said, he just a horrible person. Like I said, so horrible. But yeah, guys, those were my final thoughts on this nonsense because it's just ridiculous. I mean, because he won't admit that he's wrong. He never answered Bruss's question. Why am I a shill? Still have not answered him. And hiding the fact that you're hating the fact that people are playing the game, and then you don't like it when people like the game. Like, enjoy it. Like, if somebody's enjoying playing the game, like, that's great. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, how the hell that's bad to you? Because people actually enjoying playing the game, learn how to play the game, do the combos, learn new moves. I mean, that's not a bad thing. You expect in MK3 to do a combo on the computer sometimes? Nope, because you won't be able to win. And it's rigged like that to lose on the third person all the time. And it's crazy. But I realize in like MK, like in Trilogy, or Kombat Trilogy, it's not like that really because like the characters that were not in the previous games, like Raiden was not in MK3, or Baraka, or Noob Saibot was secret. Rain was not in the game, and in the home version of the game. Well, he was in the home version, but like Raiden, Baraka, Johnny Cage, those characters were missing. But when they added them in Trilogy, like Raiden was my best player in working the Trilogy because I like when he do his flying move, and then like if they throw a projectile right after I do that flying move, I can jump right over them and hit them with his combo. So that's what I like about that because it's easier to punish them quickly with Raiden, and Raiden was fun to play with. Noob Saibot is basically the character that you have to choose because he beats the game easily without no problem. Um, of course, the Cyborg Sector or Smoke are the cheapest characters in that game, but that's how it is. Like it's certain characters in that game that you can easily beat the game with, and that's true. But you can't play with every single character in history because it's not like that. Like it's certain characters, but he don't understand because he just don't want to practice, and he calling everybody shills and stands because they go and practice the moves in the practice mode, and you bitch about that because they can do combos and do all of that stuff. It's so ridiculous. Like, bullshit, Mike. Max some damage, Mike. That's half of my health bar, Mike. Just so ridiculous. But like I said, I'm glad I kind of made this video, guys, so you guys can understand what what really happened. But like I said, at least I managed to upload this part of the video so you guys can see it. So stay tuned for the next one. Of course, the one with Total MK and the what's the fuck his name, Jade Rabbit. It's gonna be ridiculous. And trust me, I'm already going. I'm probably gonna pop some popcorn to get ready for this one. But I mean, they're stupid. I mean, when you first click on the video, I think somebody said when you first click, like when you get onto the video, he just he just screaming out, "Shill, you're a shill, you're a shill." Like, like what the fuck, man? This gonna be this gonna be crazy. So, like I said, guys, like, comment, subscribe, share. You can go and watch the video yourself. But it's my kind of my reaction to it. Like I said in the first video, is my reaction. But at least I put this last part of the video here so you guys can see it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. And stay tuned for that video. Uh, on TBC, I will be doing an update soon, so you will see me on the video, on that video, on my main channel here. So I'll be on that channel here that you see on the screen. So yeah, so see you guys next time, and peace and bye.